This week on Supercars Talk, we've got a new name for the Adelaide Grand Final, and Mark Dutton says Triple8 won't re-homologate the Mustang unless there's a deficiency. The big news this week is that Adelaide will be called the BP Adelaide Grand Final this year. With the demise of Vale, they went into liquidation, who'd been the sponsor of the event for the last few years. BP will be stepping in for Fuel Wars with Shell Motorsport V-Power Park, or whatever it's called there, the Bend. With the naming of that event, BP will be stepping in and, naming the Adelaide Grand Final, or the Clipsal, as the BP Adelaide Grand Final. Great news for a category that is dying, that, once again, another blue chip sponsor sponsoring the field there. There's been some team changes this week. Blanchard Racing Team will have Dennis Hoosier. I'm not exactly on the pronunciation of his surname. Sorry, Dennis. He'll be on the books from Tasmania and moving forward, running the team there. They've also got some big things coming online, like the James Courtney will be debuting in Perth. It's looking like now the Erebus built chassis. So all of a sudden that will turn around their fortunes. And for all the fans of Zack Best, it looks like he will be joining the team for the endurance races. He's previously teamed up with James Courtney, but the rumour is that Jack Perkins will still end up with Courtney for the endurance races. So it looks like it'll be a Best and Cameron lineup there for the Enduros. And probably the bigger name moving around teams over the break is that Pete Vale, who has previously, he spent time in Formula One with mainly Williams, I think, but I think there was a couple of other teams he spent time with, then came back to Australia. He'd been with BJR, and then he's been at MSR for the last 3 years as their team principal. He has left the team and will be joining Premier Racing for the remainder of the year. Matt Stone is going to step into that team principal role, and they will strengthen their engineering ranks rather than, say, getting a new team principal. They're going to strengthen the engineering ranks, and Matt will step into that role running the team. So he's not a bad guy to step back into that position, I don't think. So hopefully it won't affect them too much day to day. Now, the main talking point for me this week is that Mark Dutton has come out and said that they won't be re-homologating the Mustang for next year unless they find that there is a deficiency. I know there's been a lot of chat around Ford going from the GT Mustang to the Dark Horse Mustang, with Triple8 now taking over homologation duties. I thought it was very interesting that Dutton, kind of confirmed that they would only do it if they found a deficiency. So previously they'd been saying, for marketing, that we're, racing the top spec that you can go and buy in the country, blah, blah, blah kind of thing. We all knew why they would be re-homologating it if they did, but he has actually confirmed now that if they do re-homologate it, it's a performance thing, that they feel that the Mustang has a deficiency to the Camaro. If they do, it kind of then confirms that maybe everyone else has been playing with one hand tied behind their back for the last couple of years. So I think politically the best thing for Triple8 is just to shut up and race it the way it is right now. But time will tell what will happen on that front. Now, last weekend, the Bathurst 6 hour was run and won. And I haven't copped a lot of comments. I have been staying away from Bookface and things like that. A bit more on that later. I haven't been looking, our Supercars is dead, and there should be GT4 racing and rah and the future and all this, like real cars you can buy and all that kind of stuff. What I thought was interesting, a couple of little things for this very professional event over the previous weekend. So one of the cars was disqualified from qualifying for a technical infringement. I think it was the wrong diff in the car, but let's not. But then they put in an appeal on that saying we were allowed to do it, a bit like some ice boxes for a few years ago. So then they said, all right, while the hearing, while it's being appealed, we'll let you start from where you qualified. Off you go. And then during the race, they decided, no, you started in a legal position and disqualified them from the race. Professional. Then there was an incorrect drive-through given to a car, and they had to take that drive-through within 3 laps. And then they went, oh, wait a second, shouldn't have given you that drive-through. Now you get a get-out-of-jail-free card. So essentially you can go and be naughty, which in this case they overtook someone under safety car conditions, but because they'd already served a drive-through that they didn't really have to, they didn't have to serve a drive-through for overtaking under safety cars. That was only, and I only saw the highlights and read a news article on this. I didn't actually watch the whole race. So, I've probably been lucky that I've been staying away from bookface comments and the like about how this event killed all of the Supercars events, blah, blah. It did actually look like an exciting race from what I saw, though, and there was some passing and, definitely the winning car coming from the back of the grid to take the win. There was definitely some passing, which we did miss that from the Supercars Bathurst last year. Now, in other categories that are overtaking Supercars, according to Bookface and nowhere else, TCR has cancelled its first round again. So they were supposed to be in Taupo for their first round of the year, but we all decided. I think I may have mentioned that it was a bit stupid for a category that's got no money and no entrance and why are they going international for their opening round? And then sensibly that got cancelled, so the first round was going to be in Perth. Nearly just as far for everybody to travel, but anyway, at least it's in the same country, so you can take trucks and etc. But that has also been cancelled now. They won't be racing with the Supercars over there in Perth. One Raceway will be the opening round of the year. That makes a lot of sense. They won't have big crowds there, but then people on Bookface will tell you that they're doing better than Supercars, blah, blah, blah. They then go to Winton for their own Speed Series type event, and they will join Supercars at the Bend for the first of the international TCR World Tour events in Australia, or will the only one of the international TCR events in Australia this year will be at the Bend. I think their cars will probably suit the Bend, and hopefully we do see some internationals coming over for that will add some interest. Probably will get some eyeballs on the category, because now with them having their own standalone events, it's not good for the category. It is bad. Then I fully expect that the final round at Macau, that will be cancelled as well, because obviously the Macau race will still go ahead as a proper, international World Series event that it is. But I don't think that is going to form part of the Australian Championship, because if you can't get to New Zealand or you can't get to Perth, well, how the hell are you going to get to Macau? That is my rant on other categories that, according to people on Bookface and the like, taking over Supercars, and Supercars is dead.
Right.
So that's it for this week. A bit of a shorter one. Unfortunately, during last week, my father passed away. You may even call him the father of Supercars talk. He is the reason that I got into this sport. I remember from a very early age loving sitting down with him. Kind of a lot of the time we'd hit record and watch the telecasts on a Monday night after we got home from work, because they were, the Touring Car Championship back in the day was telecast late on a Sunday evening, and he had a job where he had to start early in the mornings, so in those days you could avoid social media and that. It was a lot easier not to find out the results, and we'd sit down and watch the recorded race together the next night, and Bathurst was a holy day for us that nothing else would happen. We'd get up early, watch, the warm-up together, and then watch the whole event. Very fond memories of him taking me to Sandown over all those years. He'd stand out the back of the pits and all that while I waited for the drivers to get autographs. And he's I suppose he loved it as much as me, but I think we waited around for ages sometimes because I wanted to get, Larry Perkins' autograph or Mark Scaife or, Dick Johnson's, things like that. And he was always there taking me. He'd ring me up on Tuesday afternoons and things and ask me things about this week's video and fill him in on things. And it was a big shock. He hadn't been sick, unfortunately. Had a heart attack. And if there's any videos missing over the next couple of weeks, obviously we've got to organise funerals and things like that, and we've got to do a lot for Mum at the moment, and it's going to be a trying few weeks. So I will try and stick to the videos. I need a bit of normality in my life. Things like this probably keep me a little bit distracted from some of those unfortunate things that have happened, especially to our family over the last 12 months. So just a big shout out to probably my biggest fan. Dad always watched the videos first thing on a Tuesday morning, and anyway. Thanks for watching. I'm still Dave, and I'll catch you later.